of my Juggernaut podcast, and I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. And if you're seeing the show for the very first time and you like the show, please subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell so when an episode comes on, you'll be the first to know. Now, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to watch the live interview of Harry with Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes. I could not have done it without you guys tuning in and providing that energy. It was a little shaky. I understand because it was my first time. I did not understand this software, but I'm going to make it my business to really learn this because occasionally I want to do big events like that with you guys. For example, I want to do something very special with you guys. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but when the time comes, I'm going to tell you guys. So, yes, I'm going to make this my business to understand the software that comes with live streaming on YouTube. Um, the interview was very touching. It was very emotional listening to Harry, and he came across very genuine and sincere about the information that he wanted to put out there. And these are some of the things that I picked up, the key things that I picked up. One of the things, other than what Harry said, I realized with all of the tabloids headlines that they had out there, it really literally did not do any justice to Harry's interview, as well as what I believe is going to be in the book, because Harry's explanation made you feel sympathetic to his cause, definitely, and he definitely put the all of the headlines in context, and it you just was into what he was saying, and you felt like this could be for me, could be my kid, my a family member of mine, and I definitely understood. And not only did I saw what he was saying, I heard him, and that is one of the first thing when you're communicating with somebody, is having the ability to hear them and acknowledging that you have heard the person. And tonight, I could say that interview with Anderson Cooper, I heard Harry. I heard the pain that he has, and that he's, carried throughout his life. And so content is definitely important. Not content, context. I mean, context is very, very important when somebody's telling a story. You cannot take song bites out of things, and for people to get a true understanding of what the individual is trying to say, I think context is very important. And I believe every word that Harry said, he came across so sincere. I believe every word, no doubt about it. And I could say we should give Sussex Squad an award. Everything that we have ever said about members of the British royal family was exactly on point, and Harry confirmed that in his interview. So here are some of the takeaways that I got from listening to the interview with Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes. One of them is Harry sincerely and deeply loves William. And I feel like these kids, they both had some trauma with the passing of their mother. They had each other, but somewhere along the line, the relationship unraveled, and there was nobody to glue the relationship together. And this is what you have today. All of what he has said, he said in, in the interview, and even, what is going to come out in the book, that he has no intention to hurt his brother, to hurt his family. He seems like he truly loves them. So this is what he said. um Now, in terms of his mother's passing, he said that didn't quite really understood what was going on, and it took him a very long time to come to terms with his mother's passing. He said he didn't understand why everybody was making a fuss about, the passing of his mother, and how they mourned and grieved his mother, and he didn't quite understand that. Um, Also, one of the things and that he said, after revisiting where his mother passed, and with everything that he has heard, it where his mother died does not make any sense to him, why she would have passed away or died in that tunnel. It just doesn't add up. That's my synopsis of it. It just does not add up. So it appears that Harry feels that something happened. I don't know if it's nefarious, if he's thinking that way, but he believes something more happened. And so that was one of the takeaway. Um, his military career saved him. It put things into perspective for him. It got him focused, and having all those missions that he undertook in the military, I could understand, because the military is structure. Everybody that talks about the military, they talk about when you go there, there's structure. There's a certain time you get up. There's a certain time you do certain things. There's a certain time you eat. There's a certain time you go to bed. So it's a lot of structure. And another thing too, he mentioned, is the fact that he got to move away from England, move away from the royal family, move away from the press. That changed his life. Yes, and he did understand that the press, from a very young age, that the press played a major factor in the unhappiness and the destruction of, the life that he was living when he was in England, and his family life as well. So he realized that the press was a negative device, from a young age in his family life. They were disruptive to his life period, and how Camilla sacrificed him and his brother to make herself look good, in the public, given that she was so unliked. And this is something that I've always mentioned about Camilla, and the way in which she went about sacrificing them, literally making deals with the devil itself, which is the British media, so that she could look favorable in the public's eyes, given that she had, such a negative reputation about stealing and pursuing Diana's husband Charles, from uh, um, from Charles, from their family, and from Diana herself. And Camilla did whatever it had to, whatever that was required, and even sacrificing them, literally, what they did to Meghan and Harry, threw them, fed them to the wolves, and that is what Camilla did to Prince Harry and William. And it seems that there is a pattern here. As I'm talking about it, I just had a thought that those are learned behaviors. This is what Camilla did to Harry and William, and then William turned around and did the same thing to Harry. So those are learned behaviors. They saw what Camilla did as their stepmother, and Harry, fortunately, was not able to pick up this. Fortunately, did not pick up these negative behaviors, and but William, you know, seemed like he fell into the trap of the same behavior that Camilla had. And there's a saying, it's nature nurture. So here's a situation where it's the environment, definitely here is the environment. This is what William saw. This seemed to work for Camilla, so he was going to do it for himself so that he can remain popular and to be favorable, he and his wife, in the public's eyes. Terrible. One of the biggest things that Harry said is that his eyes is open. He's seen the world for what it is right now. And Meghan truly changed his life. So those are the big things that he said in his Anderson Cooper interview. And the interview was quite touching and sincere and honest. And what I loved about the interview is that Anderson Cooper gave Harry a space to speak, a safe space to speak. And, he allowed him to speak his truth, and that was fabulous. So that's all I got from that particular interview. I'll be what I'm going to do is try to listen to the Tom Bradby interview that happened in the UK. So I hope they put it out there on YouTube or something for us to see so that I could do my take on it. But overall, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to spend time with you guys and for your patience, because I was a novice at this. But as I said in the beginning of the live stream, is nothing beats a failure but a trial, and nothing beats a trial but a failure. So I feel like in the beginning I was sort of going through the slides, and that is not what I'm about. I feel better when I speak, and in the end I started speaking my mind, and that's my best me. That's my best self. So I started feeling comfortable. Unfortunately, the trolls, I don't know why they gravitated to my channel. The thing about it is that I never go on their channel, I never make a comment on their channel, but they decided to come and disrupt something beautiful that we were taking part in. But I hope they heard what Harry said while they were there, because they have to open up their eyes and see that Harry and Meghan is not the problem, it's the institution that is the problem, and it needs revamping. And yes, and yes, so there's a lot. We just have to wait and see, and observe how the royal family is going to respond to what Harry said. They say you could bring the horse to the water, but you cannot force it to drink. So the ball is in their court right now, as Harry puts it. So let's just watch and see what they do. Okay, bye and take care.